Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Cameras TV's coverage of the ISDC Rig Share World Series, live from the mile-and-a-half-long Chicagoland Speedway. This race will be 94 laps or 141 miles long here tonight. In the booth, I've got with me Donovan Johns. How's it going?
Katie, we are doing well over here, ready to watch the ISDC go to town in Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. Get ready to see what's going on here. We do have a little bit of, I want to call it drama, but not so much since we expected it to happen. But Steven Larkamp is going to be missing this race and is requiring, not requiring, he's better hope somebody's going to grant him one provisional. So tonight, hopefully for him, he's really going to need Tim Silliman to have some issues. Hopefully, Silliman for him has a rough start and not so great finish because that'll really work for Larkamp here because he's got a long ways to go. Right now, 28 points back in second place. And with this provisional right now, it's not looking too good with only 3 races left after tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to, with as few points as are awarded per race in the ISDC, missing one race is going to be detrimental on that attempt for a championship. So he has got to pray that everything goes not Tim Silliman's way today, and that for the rest of the couple of races, he's going to have an outstanding performance.
Yeah, you were absolutely right. And I actually want to focus real quick on our points leader, Tim Silliman, in that Ubik new paint scheme there. He is sponsored for this race by UbikSmart.com. Give you guys a quick overview of what that's all about. Ubik is a decentralized platform which allows the creation and implementation of smart contracts and decentralized applications built upon improved Ethereum codebase. The Ubik blockchain acts as a large, globally distributed ledger and supercomputer, allowing developers to create decentralized and automated solutions to thousands of tasks, which today are carried out by third-party intermediaries. And if anyone understood that, give them a shout out over at ubiksmart.com. UBIQsmart.com.
That sounds pretty cool. And speaking of cool, what we have going on here at Chicagoland, it is a fantastic 85 degrees, clear weather. Track temp is going to be in about the mid 90s right about now. Well, actually, track temp with after the practices looks like this coming up as about 112 degrees. Winds nice and soft out of the west, 3 miles an hour with a nice moderate relative humidity. Should give us a really nice race for the, how long are we going here today again, Katie?
94 laps.
94 laps. We're going to have some good fast lap times. Not too much in the wear and tear department if they keep themselves clean. They'll be a little loose coming off the corners, but should provide some really good fast racing.
And for this race, this Chicagoland Speedway race is sponsored by Start Car Manager. They are the presenting sponsor for tonight. I want to mention that they are a motorsports management simulation centered on stock car racing. And they have a Patreon going on over at patreon.com/strangedev. STRANGEDEB, Strange Dev. So check those guys out. Appreciate them sponsoring this race here tonight. Looking forward to seeing what kind of action we can get ourselves into tonight.
We're going on board with Eckert as he is driving around, laying his qualifying laps down. Currently, last lap is 26 flat. Looking to improve upon that.
Got a couple of guys at around 26 flat right now. We're really going to have to focus on those 100th spot right now because that's really where the difference comes in. The 90 of Johnny Eckhart jumped up to first with a time of 26.022. Back behind him, the 7 of Will Roberts with a 26.075. Will practice in the first position, but only qualified in second right now. Oh, and we just got someone jump into second.
Yeah, Travis Bennett laid down a fantastic time at 26.059. He is just 0.03 of a second behind Eckert and 0.02 of a second right in front of Will Roberts. So good, tight field right there.
And right now we have the 41 of Danny Roberts. You guys see him there on track trying to complete his first lap. He practiced second with a time of 25.832, a very quick lap in practice. No one has been able to get down to the 25-second bracket here tonight, so see if he can make it happen.
We're watching Roberts come around the corners here. He is at blistering space right now, 217, dropping down, going through the apex, right above 200 miles an hour. He's going to try to get that hook up, shoot that thing down the track, and get his time that he's looking for.
Yeah, his first lap moving up wasn't quite fast, but he's got to complete another one here as he coming out of turn 4. His first lap off by about a second, almost half a second at least over what his practice time was. And there he goes. The first person to break into the 25-second bracket is going to be the 41 of Danny Roberts. Nicely done. The only driver that's been able to do it so far. We still have 2 that have yet to qualify for this race. We'll see what can happen here. We're waiting on the 3 of Kyten Bommersbach and the 18 of Shelley lining up right now. See if either of them can come up with a time, but it doesn't look like they're making a move. And this session will end in about a minute.
Yeah, race control is going through, giving a very quick driver's meeting, letting everyone finish up and get a grip on what's about to lay down for this race here. Kyten still sitting on pit lane, maybe not going to lay down any lap time whatsoever.
Yeah, apparently so. I believe we have the admins going on a little bit of tear right now regarding the rules, making sure everybody understands it. 8 people so far have taken a lap. It looks like Ayrton Shelley has left the session, so I'm not sure they're even going to compete tonight. And of course, the 4 of Jeff Newport is the live admin for this race, so he will not be competing as well. So we're really only waiting on Kyten Bommersbach, and there's just no way he's going to be able to complete a lap here. So he will be the only car tonight that has not put down a qualifying effort.
I would like to start off by saying, hey, congratulations, everybody, on your top 10 finish.
Absolutely. That's the best way to get it. Now they got to battle hard for a top 5.
Yeah, there's your points. So,
yeah, if anything, this helps our second place, who's going to be missing tonight, and then Steven Larkamp. Mentioned him lightly. Behind him is John Eckert. So Johnny here starting second. See if he can get himself a win, gain a lot of points. But again, not much he can do about trying to catch Tim Silliman right now. He is 47 points back of Tim in the points, and he's going to need a little bit of help here with only 8 cars or 9 really in the field starting today. It's going to be tough. He's got to get the best position he can and hope Tim has some troubles. All right, we have the grid. I'm going to go through it for you guys right now. Qualified on the pole is the 41 of Danny Roberts. In second is the 90 of Johnny Eckert. In third in the 95 car is Travis Bennett. In fourth is the 7 of Will Roberts. In fifth is the 39 of Tim Silliman. In sixth is the 14 of John Ailes. In seventh is the 25 of Phil Clark. In eighth is the 12 of Johnny Martin. And in ninth, starting last, will be the 3 of Kyten Bommersbach. And I believe I might know why Kyten did not put in a time, possibly because his internet was having multiple issues throughout practice. I think maybe at everyone else's benefit, he decided to not put down a lap and go ahead and start last.
that is a wonderful thing to do as a sportsman and competitor, to be there for the race, turn the laps in, help out with the show, and yet still be cognizant of any issues you might be having to be a hamper on the field. So hats off to Kyten on the start of this race.
Yeah, worth mentioning right now, going through fourth place in the points, that is Kyten Bommersbach. He's 81 points back. I really don't think anyone outside of the top 4 has a realistic chance. And fifth is Travis Bennett, 149 points back. These guys really are, there's just no way they're going to be able to get there. And we have 3 races after tonight, only 3 races to go. So Tim Silliman hoping to get some solid finishes here, and he should be able to set himself up for a clinching race in a few races down the road.
It'll be nice to have that little more breathing room for him going into the next couple of races. The extra padding is definitely going to allow him to the comfort behind the wheel and to get the job done, and to know he can throw away a race if he needs.
Yeah, and worth reminding everyone tuning in tonight, they're going to be pitting around at least 3 times. At least 3 times they're going to have to pit around every 30 laps if this continues to go green. And that is because the fuel is capped at 11.5 gallons or 62%. They are bringing it on around. They will go green this time, doubled up on the field. A little bit of chatting before the race, making sure everyone understands what's going on here.
And they are lined up 2 by 2, waiting to come to green here at Chicagoland.
And they are off. Right off the line, the 41 getting a very good boost. Easily going to be up in first and second. Battle between the 90 and the 39 slipping in there, gaining a spot, moving into second.
Yeah, 41 had a nice, huge jump. He is going to be comfortable out there, but with the way this draft works, they're going to be coming quick, and that's what they're doing.
There we go, shooting to the top. Oh, squeezing him, almost hitting the wall there. Tim Silliman's got to be careful here. He probably brushed the wall there, got extremely close to 90. He's trying to get down under him. He's got 2 guys for right now going single file. Trying his best to. He just can't get there. The 90s staying down there below him. Gonna try and make it 3 wide for a moment.
He just went ahead and did a slide jump up in front of him there. Still going to put a block on him. Oh, nope. He's going to chop down low. He's going to suck up the draft behind Roberts and bring up the rest of the field with him.
They got to be careful with these cars. More than anything else, they move. One quick move could completely wipe out this field. A reminder, they do not have a faster pair at all. There is no incident limit, but that's not going to help you here. If you take heavy damage, you're done for the night.
Yeah, these cars, especially any side pod damage, will ruin your night. So wall damage coming up into the tire of the car above or below you will hamper your vehicle faster than you can say internet connection.
That's one way to put it. 39. Tim Silliman taking it to the top, trying to hold on to that second position. He's going to be able to do it. Push the 90 of Johnny Eckert back to third. For the moment, though, it looks like Will Roberts taking a shot at him.
Yeah, Roberts dove in there on that white line going through the corner right past Apex. I know once you hit that Apex, just like the 90 did, if you do that in the corners, your car is going to shoot up the track in a hurry. You're going to lose it.
We're going to go on boards with Will Roberts here. Watching this 2-car battle up in front of him for a second. It was first, but it looks like the 39 of Tim Silliman couldn't quite hold it there, and it looks like the 90's having a little bit of problems as well.
Someone tell Silliman that he's got a free ride this race. Don't chance it.
It's almost reminds me of the F1 races past weekend. Lewis Hamilton had to finish 5th. He only had to finish 5th. No problem for him. And he goes and gets himself wrecked in the first lap. So, and Silliman, not what he needs to do right now. Just needs to take it easy. Just trying to have a little bit of fun as Johnny Eckert brushes the apron there, I believe.
Yep, Will Roberts grabbed a little piece of it too. Kicked the rear end around, got a hold of it, and was able to continue on. But now he's getting challenged.
They've got to be very careful here. They're going to go single file, and while this is happening, Danny Roberts able to pull away a little bit here as they're going to try and get into this draft.
His internet connection just went bonkers on everybody. He's shot up. Chitin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chitin is gone. Yeah, there we go. You see him up on the apron. His internet connection is, well, really hurting him right now, to say the least. And it looks like back up front we have a battle. The 90 of Johnny Eckert taking it to the high side.
All right, now Phil Clark in that 25 car. He is just sitting there watching these top 3 battle with the blue and yellow ride of Will Roberts, all looking in, and he's kind of in the catbird seat of it all because you let those guys touch each other, and you've got a free pass to the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be careful, though. Again, one little hit, it could send the entire field into a panic, to say the least. While they're, rush up a little bit. 41 couldn't hold it down there on the bottom. The 90 is going to take advantage of it, dive down right into the white line and steal the first position. Battle for second. Can Silliman get there? Danny Roberts looking to have a good run off the turn 2, and he does.
He's fighting that push as they're coming through. That draft so critical in the front of these cars. If you're brought up too far up underneath these guys, your front end is going to slide around. Man, I just watched Eckert do a fun little dance there.
Ooh, this is getting close. 2x2 right up front. They've got to be careful here. So Roberts trying to take it to the bottom side.
The difference between this and the pace laps we just had 11 laps ago, they're doing 210 miles an hour, inches off of each other's tires.
Hey, now, they were going 215. Thank you very much. Yeah, these guys are doing crazy speeds, and oh no, I'm waiting for
While
him
these
to tag
guys are
back
battling,
someone.
25 Phil Clark, he's starting to look inside of this, as well as the 14 of John Ailes. We haven't mentioned him yet today. He is now on the bumper of these cars, and he's looking to move up.
Yeah, and someone I didn't mention back there is Jeff Newport. Jeff Newport deciding to hang up his admin cap right now. He's going to be running in this race, and he's currently back in the 7th position.
Deciding that this is an easier one to manage, even under live. Looks like Bommersbach has gotten his internet connection a little better. He is back here, steady ping and quality rate, and he is just driving away, trying to catch the field. He's praying for a caution.
Yeah, he'll have to keep praying right now because right up front, they're having a little bit of a dance going on. Keep swapping positions. Silliman back to 4th now. Will Roberts trying to make his way through the 41 of Danny Roberts. Not going to work. Losing a little bit of time there. Driving through the corner. Danny thinking of getting down under there. Not going to happen. Has way too much momentum, and this is not like NASCAR where you can bump a guy on the straightaway. You can never bump a guy in these cars.
No, they are not. They're like steel-bodied brother, and these cars are delicate flowers. They are not something you want to go demolition derbying with.
Oh yeah, that's one way to put it. Worth mentioning that Travis Bennett is now out of the race. I'm not quite sure what happened to him. We'll have to check that, but he has officially called it a night. He will be in the 10th spot, logged out. Battle continuing up front.
As well as in the back here, Newport and Ailes just going hard on each other. Wisely backed out, got up side by side, and now Newport's coming back up on the high side.
Yeah, you think they're just hanging out back there, watching this battle up in front. They've got to be careful. Don't want to cost themselves any chance at a win here. Worth mentioning.
We got 3 wide. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you think? I'm still waiting on the 25 here. See what he can do. Kind of just biding his time. Just waiting there in the 5th position.
I love how these guys are just casually 3 wide, passing each other. Like, we've only got 70 laps to go. We're good. Let's just battle it.
Yeah, no problem.
When we're halfway through a run, just over halfway through a run, these guys' tires starting to get a little slicker. The fuel's getting a little lighter in the back. They're going to be a lot more difficult to drive cars as we burn off more fuel and burn up more rubber.
Yeah, just a little bit. Going to lap 18 right now. 18 of 94 completed once we get around this time by. Oh, the 7 bounced up a little bit. Couldn't hold his car down. 39 looking to take advantage of that, get in his draft, go down the front stretch, see what he can do with that 3rd place.
As we just talked about that, all these guys are all of a sudden, they're starting to get a little less fighty, a little more lined out, less 2x2, more single file. Taking a little break, giving the cars a little rest. Let's see if they can go back to it here in the next couple of laps, finish up the fuel run, because they've got to start thinking, are we going to do green flag stops?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they're...
Oh, touch it!
Eckhart almost spitted himself there from the lead. Got to be careful there.
Yeah, if you get in close, you'll hear a lot more lifting going on with these guys now. They're starting to really realize these cars are not as good as they were 10 laps ago.
Absolutely not. Such high speeds. A reminder, they're completing these laps at about 26 seconds a lap, and those speeds have not dropped off.
Yep, and we're all 2x2 again.
Yeah, once again. And everyone you see right there in the picture, back to Phil Clark in the 25. That is the top 5 right now. Johnny Ailes hanging out back with Jeff Newport. That's 6th and 7th. Johnny Martin is in 8th, falling a little bit behind, 2 seconds back of this battle. And 4 seconds back of the lead is Kyden Bommersbach by himself. All 9 drivers still on the lead lap. The only driver out is the 95, Travis Bennett.
I'm just watching. Bouncing back and forth between the front pack and then this pack of Ales and Newport back here. Newport almost bum drafted Ales. Just had such a run on him. Didn't know if he wanted to go high or if he wanted to lift. Made a decision at the last second. It almost had his wing up underneath the 14.
They've got to be so careful here. I see them go side by side, and I'm almost holding my breath waiting to see what's going to happen here. Danny Roberts looks like he's pretty comfortable out there. He's trying to hold on to that second place position while jumping on the 90 of Johnny Eckert for first. Not quite able to do it just yet. Oh,
Will Roberts.
Not able to hold it there. Will Roberts has to get off the gas a little bit. Coming back now.
He was trying to take the third groove up and around. That was awesome.
I'll tell you what, as we come around to complete the 24th lap of this race, at about lap 30 is when we expect them to come in for green flag pit stops. A reminder for anyone else that's not aware, these guys for these green flag pit stops have to be on the apron before turn 3 once they come into the pits, or they could get a penalty. So we're going to have to pay attention to that.
Sorry, I'm still catching my breath there. Danny Roberts ran Will Roberts all the way up to the wall. Did not want to let a pass go by, which now opens the door for the 39 ride of Tim Silliman to get back up in the mix.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of fun trying to make his way back up to second. Can't quite get there, though. Will Roberts trying to take back that third place.
Oh, Danny boy is throwing blocks left and right, trying to keep that spot. He's doing more driving backward than he is going forward.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, though. Reactive blocking is not allowed. He's got to pick a lane and let the other driver take the other lane to possibly gain a position. If he blocks both ways, could cost himself a lot of positions here, so he will be penalized for that.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he's just not overdriving his car or what, but he is definitely going low, sliding high, and just not letting these two guys up and around.
Yeah, tell you who loves this battle right now. That's the 90 of Johnny Eckert. The more these guys battle, the more he can pull away. You can see what kind of draft they can get on this front stretch here. It's a crazy amount.
Yeah, these cars can go up from about at this track, about 0.6, 0.7 seconds back. They are still able to sniff it and bring it in. The line and lure on these things have quite the good reach.
Man, they are playing with fire right now. Thinking about going 3 wide there. Just barely got out of it.
Just riding on that white line, another inch down, and he would have been all over.
First driver into the pits, the 12 of Johnny Martin. Bringing it in. He is in 9th position, was about 2.5 seconds back when he decided to come down pit lane.
Yep, 41 and the almost half. Oh, nope. Danny Roberts 40. Oh, he's spinning it. Catch it.
He's got it. We're good. Oh, driver behind him. I don't know if he got in there. We'll have to see. John Ailes should say that. Also back behind him, Kite and Bomberspot. Everyone's starting to bring it in exactly on lap 30. Oh, Johnny Martin getting a warning. He was not below the apron, not on the apron before turn 3. He's been given his one warning. Johnny Martin is out. Tim Silliman still leading the battle up here with Will Roberts as everyone's going through their pit stops here. We'll see. These guys should have to pit soon. Oh, there goes Will Roberts and Silliman bringing it in. Phil Clark. All of the guys that stayed out so far, they are now coming down pit lane. Man, I'll tell you, Will Roberts, he came and slashed the front of Tim Silliman trying to get down onto that apron there. All right, our top 3 are pitting, which means all of the back end of the field will now be gaining their spots back.
I was backing up watching some of the pit entrances there, and just these guys going from 210, 215 down to pit speed. Just amazing getting all the binders.
Was watching the pit stop there. Will Roberts came in very close to the pit wall. I don't know if he hit it, but he came very close. Watch as he gets back on track here. Tim Silliman also on track. Phil Clark re-entering the track with, Jeff Newport. Have to bring it right around him. I don't think he was expecting Phil Clark to come right up in front of him. As they come around, we'll give you guys a rundown. I believe everyone active has brought their car down into the pits. Right now, Johnny Eckert has the lead by 1.5 seconds over the 41 of Danny Roberts and the 7 of Will Roberts. They're together, both almost 2 seconds back of our leader, and about 1.5 seconds back of them is the 39 of Tim Silliman and the 4 of Jeff Newport in 4th and 5th. They're running together. About 1 second back from them is the 25 of Phil Clark and the 14 of John Ailes. They're battling side by side right now for 6th and 7th. And then behind them a little bit is Kyton Bommersbach and then Johnny Martin. He is back almost a full lap down. He's going to lose a lap here to Johnny Eckert.
Yeah, got some more good battles coming in this era. Everyone's trying to get back together again, trying to figure out how to get that draft back, catch the guys in front of them, run it all in. But man, Eckert is out. He's in the library checking out, and he's gone.
Yeah, you could say that. Now, Will and Danny were gaining when they were single file. They're side by side right now. We'll see how much they can gain. They gained about 0.2 since we last checked in on them. So we'll have to keep an eye on that separation. So they all pitted around lap 30 to 33. I believe they all came down. Those coming down on 33 will be able to make it to the end of this race easily. We'll have to keep a close eye on those that pitted at lap 30.
Yeah,
if they pit every 30 laps, they'll fall 4 laps short.
Oh, Danny Roberts just sideswiped the wall.
Saying a friendly hello, I believe. Just gotta hang on there.
Oh, and I'm zooming in. He has got some pod damage on that right side, as well as some body damage as well. That is going to make things difficult for him.
We'll see what he decides to do here. Got a couple of cars out back trying to line up one by one and gain some time here on the leader. Johnny Eckert now putting Johnny Martin down a lap. Johnny Martin is the only driver down a lap.
Yeah, Johnny Martin lost that on pit lane with his pit stop issue down there. I believe Martin was the only one to pit at lap 30. Everyone else came in at lap 31 and 32 in those groups. If that's still the case, they should be able to make on that 1 extra lap, maybe 2 extra laps.
Yeah, it depends on how long the second stint will go to determine if they're going to pit or not, if they're going to be able to make it or not. They should be able to stretch it here. They've got to be very careful, though. Don't come in too soon. Tell you what, Johnny hooked up with Johnny and Johnny. The Johnny and Johnny show. Eckert and Martin hooked up here at the front. Of course, Martin is not for position. He just lost himself a lap. But drafting with Eckert has actually gained themselves some time. Will and Danny Roberts find themselves now 2 seconds back after closing down to 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, with the Roberts keep trying to battle with each other, sliding up on each other, going side by side. Where if you look at Eckert, they are nose to tail and using the draft responsibly and are able to maintain speeds better.
Yeah, we are making our way to halfway right now. Still got about 5 to go, give or take, as these guys are trying to find their way around the track. I'm telling you, Eckert, he's picking up about 1/10 a lap right now on Will Roberts in second. That's really going to come in handy if there's no caution here. He's going to be able to use that time to benefit him, especially when he comes down for his second pit stop.
I'm looking back at Silliman and Newport as well. They are trying to keep themselves as nose to tail as possible. They are gaining on Roberts and Roberts very slowly. So hopefully they will be able to ring them in and go back into a 4-car battle, give us a little more excitement to pay attention to.
And they find themselves about 1 second back, 1.2 give or take, every now and then, depending on what kind of draft they can get going here. But you are right. And then they're about 3.7 back of our leader. 5 seconds back of our leader is a 3-car pack. That is the 14 of John Ailes, the 3 of Kyton Bommersbach, and the 25 of Phil Clark. They are running in 6th, 7th, and 8th, battling for position right now. Titan not happy with 8th place, gonna move himself up into 7th and try to take 6 here.
Oh,
Oh,
nope,
there
that's a
we go.
wall.
No caution yet. No caution.
No,
He
he's
is
around.
on the back end of the field. He is still turning. See if he can get it straight before Eckhart gets there. He's still got half a track left. Will he be able to get it off the wall before caution comes out? Here we go. He's off the track. No caution.
Oh man, that hurts. And
And he
Kummerbach
is
took the
going to
toe.
have to tow. Absolutely. Yeah, not happy about it either. I believe he was referring to the 14 of John Ailes over the radio, letting him know what happened there in that accident. Bommersbach is going to have to stay in his pit box as he's taking a tow. He's just got too much damage to continue.
And looking around the field, that gives us really the Roberts and Roberts is the main competitors now trying to catch Eckert. They are holding it just over 2 seconds back. Gain a little, lose a little, kind of depends on the lap itself. But they are finally nose to tail. They are realizing they've got to work together to catch Eckert. So they're able to compete for the win.
Yep, gained a 10th that last lap. We'll see what they can do. In fact, looking down at the speeds, Danny Roberts just ran his fastest lap 2 laps ago. I believe that time by Johnny Eckert crossed over. 47 laps to go. We put 47 in the books when we approach, which means we are at halfway.
Yeah, looking back, everyone is kind of partnered up to the dance that they're at. Still kind of running along. Eckert and the Johnnies are together. The Roberts are together. Sullivan, Newport, and Ailes and Clark.
Yep, we've got, tell you what, no one's more happy that the admin is racing than the 39 of Tim Silliman because he's got his partner in that admin of Jeff Newport. Jeff didn't run last week, was the actual admin. He finds himself in the 5th position and with not much effort can get himself a top 5. Every other lap, it seems the Roberts tend to gain one and lose one.
Right,
They find
I
themselves
know.
in the same exact position.
The 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. They can't quite close that grip. Eckert and Martin are working fantastically together, and you know right now Martin is just kicking himself for going a lap down. He's showing that he has the speed and the capability of keeping with the fastest guy on the track, and just had bit by bad luck.
Yeah, what the Roberts need is Martin to get up there and try to get his lap back, battle our leader, but I don't think Martin's going to do that. He's happy staying right there for the time being, at least. I don't think he expects a caution to come out, so he probably thinks this race is where it's at.
Are looking forward here to a few more laps. We'll be starting to look for those first cars coming in to get their next round of service. Should be within, I believe, the next 10 laps, if my numbers are right here.
You are correct. We are currently on lap 52, coming around to get lap 53 here. And Johnny Martin was actually the first one that came down on lap 30, so he should pit on lap 60. That'll be in about 7 laps here. We'll see if he gets himself a penalty. Remember, he's got to get down on the apron before turn 3.
Yeah, it was fun watching the Twisted Tea he's in on 3 and 4, but just overshot his slowdown point and just slid. His tires almost hit the grass, got it checked up, made it inside that cone, or else he would have been suffering a huge penalty in time. But we're about to do this all over again and see if they've learned some lessons.
Yeah, we'll see here. We'll have to see. I tell you what, it's not helping a lot with such a small field, but Johnny Eckert is doing what he needs to do to make up some points on our points leader, who of course is the 39 of Tim Silliman, leading John by 47 points. So Eckert needs to do everything he can possibly do, and he's doing it right now, leading almost every lap so far. Johnny's led 41 of the completed 55. So we'll see what happens here, but he's going to have to do a little bit more as we move on to the last 3 races of the season after tonight.
And just to let you know, Keaton Bommersbach, he is still sitting there getting service in his crew or from his crew. So it is unfortunate for him, although he is stepped out of the ride for right this minute. Going to go blow off some steam, come back to it, and hopefully finish up this race.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's going to be able to make it back in here, especially with the speeds of these lap times sticking around 26 seconds. I mean, last lap was 26 flat. Let's see what he does here, and even more, 26.002 was the last lap for Johnny Eckert as he's about to come into the pit. So he's on older tires, if you'd consider that here. And I mean, still, these laps are going blazing fast.
Look
And
at
I just
the
don't see Bommersbach coming back in this race in time.
right. Looking at that, look at Will Roberts' last lap as well. He was 26.009. They're thousandths of second apart in speed on lap, almost lap 60 here.
Ooh, that was a quick lap. Oh, wow. That was a 25-second lap by Will Roberts there. A 25.965. So he's got the speed to catch him.
That's 2 tenths
Unfortunately,
faster.
he really needs Donnie to work with him.
Oh, Eckert's coming in. Leader's coming into the pits.
Yeah, you're right. Good eyes there. He's pitting at lap 58 here, which means we will have 36 laps to go. 36 laps. I don't know if he can make it that far.
And Bommersbach is back in the ride. He's looking at going back out. At Twisted T number 14, John Ailes, he is coming down pit lane, hitting his pit box, getting the service of his crew.
Ooh, I wonder if they have a penalty for riding through too many pit boxes there. Ailes went through every single pit box before his to make it.
And Danny Roberts in the 41, he also just drove into pit lane.
There we go. He is pitted without his his temporary teammate for this race, Will Roberts. He's deciding to take the lead and try and oh nope, he will bring it in this time. Will Roberts brings it in, and so will Johnny Martin and Tim Silliman behind him. Oh, hold onto that.
Oh, almost lost it. Good catch.
That could have been his race right there. If he would have gotten a speeding penalty, we can't verify if he has or not. I don't think he has. We'll have to check that. But either way, our current leader is Jeff Newport, and he is now bringing it down pit lane.
Oh, man. Will Roberts almost hit the wall again in his pit box.
Yeah, looking out on the track right now, we move to the 25 of Phil Clark. He will move into the lead right now. I don't believe... Yes, he did. He did lead that lap right at the line. Led that lap. He's on lap 62 right now as he comes out in front of Will Roberts. Here we go. Phil Clark should bring it in this time, and he does.
Leapfrog.
Bring it down lap 62. Let's see. Looking at last time he pitted was lap 31, so exactly what he did last time. 31 laps.
Poor Johnny Martin. He is out here with no one to draft with.
We'll have to see if someone coming out of the pits might be able to help him. Jeff
He was
Newport
just
just now leaving his pits.
I was running with the leader.
Yeah, speaking of running with the leader, once we get these guys to come around and reach the clock, our new leader will be Johnny Eckert, as he is actually battling with Will Roberts right on his tail.
Yeah, that is not one that he wanted to see at all. Eckert and Roberts nose to tail. Roberts has not shown patience. He wants to get up front.
Yeah, comparing the pit stops time, so I can tell you where one of those seconds came from. That came from Will Roberts' pit crew. Gained himself a second over Johnny Eckert's time. And I believe the other second was coming into pit lane. Will Roberts was able to slow down very quickly and keep up a little bit of pace. So that's where he really picked it up. And these are your leaders, the 90 of Johnny Eckert and the 7 of Will Roberts.
Back from these two, Danny Roberts is about 2 seconds back off of their pace, but he's got no one to draft with. Tim Silliman quite a ways back, another second and a half. So they are not able to take advantage of draft at all.
Yeah, you almost would have thought, especially with how important draft can be here, you would think, well, the teammates or the temporary teammates for this race, the people you're racing with, would come in with you. But none of them did that. None of them came in together, and now they are all split up, with the exception of, obviously, Will Roberts. who now has exchanged his teammate with Johnny Eckert, who's now working with him. We might actually have ourselves a battle for the lead. They cross over to 29 laps to go if they were to pit, which obviously they just did, but they can now make it to the end here. We'll have to see if they're going to be able to make it after pitting so early. See what's going on here.
Two of these guys are catching up to Jeff Newport pretty quickly as well. He is currently sitting in 7th place and a sitting duck to the Robert and Eckert race.
Yeah, not what happened to, I don't know what happened to Jeff Newport. His last pit was 23 seconds. He spent 23 seconds in the pit. I don't know what happened there.
Eckert doing a little bob and a weave and trying to break some draft.
Yeah, well, he's Will Roberts looking to make the pass. Will he do it? He will.
Success, yeah. At the line, new leader, Will Roberts.
Now, something Johnny Eckert has to look forward to is he has officially led the most laps this race, which will get him 3 points, 3 additional points, in addition to what he's already going to win based on what he finishes, what position he finishes in this race. He led 48 points before Will Roberts just took it away from him, which means he officially led 1 lap more than half of the race. So very well done by Johnny Eckert.
And just shy of 2 seconds back from these two, Tim Sullivan, Danny Roberts have hooked up. The red and let's just call them a green car, but I don't know what quite color that is. Anyway, the two of them have caught up to each other. They are now together, working together, and getting caught up with their. Oh wait, what is Sullivan doing? Sullivan's coming
in. Yeah, I think he knows he might be a little short, so he's going to go ahead and pit early. As he decides to, just makes it again. He's got to have a very quick start here, very, very quick. He's only going to have to put in a little bit of gas. We'll keep an eye on him as our leaders are still out by about 2 seconds. Let's see what Silliman does here. He's got a little ways to go before he gets into his pit box. There we go. Oh, did he jump? Nope, he made it.
And now is he going to have someone to partner with when he comes out?
Yep, 7-second pit stop. Nicely done. His way out. Let's see who he's got.
And by race rules, he has to stay on that apron all the way around to the exit of turn 4. Or excuse me, turn 2.
I'm about to say, oh, now, wait a minute, Donovan. You're just trying to cause some trouble here.
Right? Stay low.
Tell you what, that would be quite entertaining if they had to stay low until turn 4.
Right? Oh, man, the crossover would be horrible.
Yeah, a little bit. But either way, because of that stop, Silliman finds himself down a lap. Now, he will gain that when or if our leaders need to pit here. So we're going to keep an eye on him. He's now back to the 8th position. Only one he's able to currently get a spot from is the 12 of Johnny Martin in 7th. He is just now crossing the start-finish line. Silliman coming out of turn 4. That's your gap back to 7th and 8th.
Meanwhile, back up front, Will Roberts, Johnny Eckert, they are still nose to tail. They are still doing incredible lap times. Eckert just turned to 25.9 to Roberts 26.0. They are blisteringly fast.
Yeah, 2 very fast drivers up front, able to really gain a lot of time. Danny Roberts, with losing his draft mate of Tim Silliman, he's really losing some time now. He does have someone that's just about to reach him, and that's the 12 of Johnny Martin. So who knows, Johnny Martin might be able to help another driver on the lead lap here. You have to wonder, how long is Johnny Eckert going to let Will lead this race? Is he going to let him just stay behind and maybe save some gas here in the draft?
That might be a good play to play. You can get a little more push action, so a little more burning up of the front tires. But if you're able to manage it correctly, then that could be a nice advantage for you to have.
Yeah, what he's going to have to worry about is he pitted at lap 61, which means he's got over 30 laps to go on this run. It's going to be close.
We are at less than 20 to go.
Absolutely, just dropped down to 19 laps to go. R2 still up front. You see them in 3rd is the 41 of Danny Roberts. He is about 4.5 seconds back of this battle. Finally has picked up some draft help in the 12 of Johnny Martin. not helping him that much, though, as he's lost quite a bit of time to those leaders up front. In fourth is the 14 of John Ailes.
Yeah, with Danny Roberts, he still has pod damage on that right side. No wing damage, but definitely some pod damage, a little bit of body damage right in front of that right rear as well. He needs to let Martin get in front of him, be his draft partner, help pull him through the air instead of trying to punch his way through.
Again, I'm going to jump to the guy in front of Danny Roberts. That is the 90 of Johnny Eckert, and you guys were just riding along with him. And I want to point out, you can hear, if you listen very closely, you can hear Johnny trying to save fuel, letting off the gas a little bit, trying to save gas here, riding behind Will Roberts in that draft, seeing if he can save enough here. Crossing over should be 17, now 16 laps to go.
Oh, yeah, he's lifting a lot.
Yet right now he's still able to keep it there. Now because he's lifting, the 7 can lift and stay with him. But the 7 is definitely going to use more fuel than the 90 out front.
Yeah, listening in on the 7, he is not lifting hardly at all, other than just to kind of keep the car set and going through the corner. Just a little bit of about a half throttle, a quarter throttle lift, and he's just powering through.
Tell you someone that is not gaining on them is the 41 of Danny Roberts, even with Johnny Martin out back. You have to wonder, is Danny Roberts also trying to save some? He's now 6 seconds back of this battle for the lead.
Checking in on Danny Roberts. His car is still, he's just not maintaining the speed. Looking at his overall speedometer. I have no word today, Katie. I don't know what happened there.
Join the club. Yeah, join the club, man. His last lap was a 26.299 coming down this time. Let's see what he can do. Oh, and even worse, a 26.303.
Yeah, his corner speed's just not hitting up. He's hitting almost 201 in the corners. That is just crawling compared to the rest of the field.
Especially they were reaching about 215 down the front stretch. 12 laps to go. We jump back up front with the 7 of Will Roberts. Still nothing developing with them. I can't imagine they're going to battle. They're probably going to wait until the last possible second and see if they can make it. We haven't seen anyone come down to get more fuel with the exception of obviously the 39 of Tim Silliman. Could that backfire? Are these guys saving fuel? Are they going to be able to make it and leave the 39 in 8th position?
A lot of good plot threads playing out here. It is going to be exciting to watch these last 10 laps unfold.
Give these guys a shout out, especially with what happened last week at a road course. With the amount of cautions we had there, coming up this week, we've had 0 cautions for 0 laps. Incredibly done by these guys over here in Chicagoland. Want to mention leader is Will Roberts, and he has led 22 laps here tonight.
Yeah, don't be talking about no yellows. You still got 10 laps to go.
Hey, if yellows happen, it's better for me because I get to see more of a battle. I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't mind seeing Danny Roberts get up there. Who knows, when he gets back to Will Roberts, he might have something to give him. For the time being, they've dumped down below 10 laps to go, now 9 laps to go. And these laps go so quickly, less than 30 seconds a lap. But can they make it on fuel?
There he goes.
No. No, they can't. There's your answer. Yes. Oh, sliding. Hang on to it.
Hold it.
He did.
Drop his speed. He's going to get underneath. Oh, he got it.
He slid those tires so bad there. But he kept up his speed, made it into the pits. Let's see what happens here. Coming 8 laps to go. These guys are going to have to pit. Will Roberts, he has just pulled up on the 25 of Phil Clark, trying to put him down a lap. And there he goes. Very easily going to be able to get it done.
Kind of makes you wonder if he should have just sucked up underneath there and lifted.
Yeah, I think Phil Clark is definitely trying to save fuel. His laps have been 26.8s, 26.9s, 27 seconds a lap. So Phil Clark clearly saving some fuel. Danny Roberts back to 9 seconds back. Clearly, he is saving fuel as well. And he just passed the 90 of Johnny Eckert. Johnny Martin go by in as well.
Yep, Danny Roberts coming into the pit lane right now, and he's trying to hold that car down. Keep speed up, but not too fast. Let's see if he can get it slowed down. Almost. Let's see if he got a flag for that one.
Not quite sure. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Danny Roberts, he's going to have to make a very quick pit stop here. Only 3 drivers currently on the lead lap right now. And that is the leader, 7, Will Roberts. The 41 is currently on the lead lap. He will get lapped here if Will continues to stay out. And the 4 of Jeff Newport, who's barely on the lead lap. He is on the same front stretch.
Oh, there he goes. Leader's in.
There's your answer. Will Roberts has to come in, which you would think means everyone else has to come in. We've still got drivers, including the 25. The 25 of Phil Clark, he finds himself in 4th position. He is very clearly saving fuel. Will he be able to save enough? 5 laps to go. Will Roberts down pit lane. Jeff Newport just now diving in there. Here comes Newport. He would have taken the lead that time. Not going to be.
And Martin's on pit lane as well.
You're right, Johnny Martin in the 12, also down pit lane.
Ooh,
Will Roberts should be your leader this time by.
Phil Clark has taken the lead. He is just past Will Roberts as he is exiting the pit lane.
4 laps to go. He's so clearly saving fuel. You can hear it when you ride on board with them. Phil Clark doing his best. Look at the speed difference. Up top, the 14 of John Ailes. John Ailes has already pitted. He is not saving fuel. John Ailes can go all out his last pit stop. 5 seconds. Just got a little bit of fuel. John will get his lap back that time.
He's got a 4-second lead with 3 laps to go. Oh, somebody's in the grass. Newport in the grass.
He was able to save it, though. No caution. Easily going to be able to save it. Now, 4 seconds. Can Phil Clark save fuel and keep the lead? This is going to be so close. He's crossing over. 2 laps to go. About a minute left of racing.
Looking back from Phil Clark's car, you can see Will Roberts coming. 2.9 seconds.
He gained a second that lap. If he continues to gain just a second lap, he won't have time.
Tell Phil to floor it.
Well, you've got to assume that Phil Clark coming down to the white flag this time by. Will he be able to make it? Will he run dry? You can see him. You can see Will Roberts right behind him. Does Phil Clark have enough? Oh!
You can hear the spotters cheering him on there. There's a battle going on in the back behind those two.
He's out. He's out. He's out. He's out. He's out.
Can he coast? Can he coast? He's coming. He's coming.
Not going to be able to make it. He's not going to be able to make it. Oh, he made it. Oh, can you believe it?
Oh, the gamble that made it by feet. Oh, someone rewind that.
He won by 0.130, a tenth. He won a tenth at the line. Can you believe that? Oh, we're going to show you guys the replay there. You're going to ride on board with the 7 of Will Roberts. He sees him. He sees him out of gas coming out of 4. Can't get him at the line.
You're at a car length and a half at that point. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Across the line. Can you believe it? Will Roberts is heartbroken. He was supposed to win that race. Phil Clark, by the end of it, still coasted. You got to give it to him. Still coasting. Phil Clark led a total of 6 laps here tonight. 6. And got him at the line. Unbelievable.
That is awesome. That was right there was the best race we have seen out of ISDC in, well, since I've been around with these guys. That was impressive.
That was an incredible race. And look, we only had a couple of drivers in this field realistically with a shot. And towards the end there, you had Phil Clark sneak it in by a tenth. Back behind him, Johnny Eckert. He increased his, after coming into the pits, getting gas, he ended up finishing in third by less than a second. I mean, that was incredibly done. And we're going to go down the entire list for you guys, starting with, of course, the 25 of Phil Clark winning this race by a tenth over the 7 of Will Roberts in third, the 90 of Johnny Eckert in fourth, the 39 of Tim Silliman in fifth is the 41 of Danny Roberts in 14th. Sorry, in sixth, the 14 of John Ailes in seventh, the 4 of Jeff Newport in eighth, the 12 of Johnny Martin in ninth, Kyton Bommersbach, and on last place in 10th, the 95 of Travis Bennett, who was out of this race very early on, barely got to compete here tonight. Very well done, man. I almost have to catch my breath. That was incredible. That was very well done by Phil Clark. I cannot believe he was able to pull that off.
No, that was just simply exciting. What a great strategy play out watching Eckert early pit, excuse me, Finland early pit and make that gamble. He ended up coming in fourth. Phil Clark doing the fuel game, and oh my gosh, made it pay off. Amazing.
Yeah, we were so focused, and obviously, for a reason, we were so focused on Phil Clark and Will Roberts at the line. We didn't even catch the battle for third. The battle for third was between Johnny Eckert and Tim Silliman. Where we apologize, we weren't able to catch that battle. They were less than a tenth apart across the line. They were very, very close, about 800ths was the difference between third and fourth. So there was a couple of very, very heavy battles going on at the end there. But I'm, I'm trying to catch my breath. I cannot believe that happened.
Yeah, that was. I was trying to keep my eye on that back battle, but once he with Eckert and Silliman, but once Clark ran out of fuel, oh, we had to. That was amazing. That was a pure gamble, and to win by a car length and a half, that's just amazing finish.
You are correct. That was an incredible job, and that was a fairly quick race there. I mean, those laps were easily in the 26-second bracket, even dipping down to the 25 seconds. Mostly, thankfully, to the 9 of Johnny Eckert. He was leading the race, led the most laps here tonight, 48 laps led. And you thought, man, Will Roberts had the car to win, but Phil Clark coming out of nowhere and really stealing that victory. But it was very well done after qualifying seventh on the night, and I personally am very impressed by it.
Yeah, I am looking to see. I do see Clark, Eckert, Newport, Will Roberts, all of those guys in the waiting room down here. We can see if we can grab somebody and bring them on in for a quick interview. I think.
I actually do have someone for an interview. We're gonna pull in third place Johnny Eckert in the 90. Let's pull him in. Hey Johnny, you got us?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? I am very impressed with what you did today. You came out third in points, knew you had a little bit of a chance to make up some points, definitely on Larkamp, maybe on Silliman there, and you came and almost got yourself a win. You led the most laps here tonight. Can you walk us through what was going through your mind towards the end of that race?
Well, the first run was intense. It was really, really intense. Towards the end, I finally got a bit of a gap, and I was able to use that under the first pit through my first pit stop, and I extended it a little bit. And I think when I came out of the pits after the cycle had completely gone through, I had about a 2.5 second lead over second, and I had a tow because Johnny Martin was out there just ahead of me. So I was in a pretty good spot, and I was planning what I was going to do for the rest of the race. Now, I was debating if I wanted to go the rest of the if I wanted to make it a three stopper or a two stopper, but I thought it wasn't going to be possible to make it on two. So I pushed it hard, and then halfway through, I made a slight change to the way I was running, and I was able to save just a little bit more, but it wasn't enough. And then that last pit stop, I just completely blew it. I got loose coming in to turn three, and then overshot my stall. So I kind of gave away at least second, but really happy for Phil. I know he's been running a while, and he hasn't been able to have a W. So
Yeah, that was an amazing run. You did a great job out there tonight, and you were involved in a very intense battle there right at the end of the race. What was going on there?
yeah, I was doing everything I possibly could to catch Will with as much fuel as I had left, and I thought there might have been a chance that he underfueled or something, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening behind me, and then all of a sudden I look, and Tim, I guess, cycled through to being pretty close within draft range, and he was able to pull my, get a tow, and just it was a hard battle to the end there. I was determined to finish ahead of him, but yeah, I'm glad to come home P3. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, you guys were extremely close there for third. Unfortunately, we couldn't catch it because we were so focused on the battle up in front of you. But had something happened, I mean, that would have put you guys in a very uh, close contention with Will, because Will definitely was running by himself, and you were gaining on him coming down to the end there. But unfortunately, just couldn't quite get there. We want to congratulate you on your third place finish. And was there anyone you wanted to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, thanks. I got to thank, first of all the admins here. They do a great job. I got to thank my team, Hill Motorsports, and Robert Hill and Alex, especially Alex for helping me get into IndyCar again, and getting my mindset straight for what I have to do, because these Indy cars are completely different than racing stock cars. So it's great that I was able to come home with another good finish, and take advantage of the fact also with Larkamp not being here. So, but I have to thank them, and yeah, thank you guys as well for broadcasting it.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. And we wish you good luck at Pocono next week. And again, congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, that was the 90 of Johnny Eckert after leading the most laps here tonight. Couldn't quite get there on the fuel mileage race we had. And we're going to move on to the person that finished just a 10th back of the win. And that, of course, was the 7 of Will Roberts. Hey, Will, can you hear us?
I gotcha.
Oh, man, talk about that race. It seemed like you were having a lot of fun there, battling up front at the start. What was going through your mind? Did you expect this to be a battle really with the top end of the field most of the race?
I know how Danny's always been on these mile and a halves. I know how Tim's always been. So that battling with them up front was never a surprise. Johnny's a rookie still here, but he's been up front all season. So I wasn't surprised to see those faces up there. But I tell you, I was surprised anyone actually was able to make it all the way to the end.
Yeah. And it was literally all the way to the end, where unfortunately you couldn't quite get Phil Clark just less than 2 tenths, a little bit over a tenth there. But we have to ask you, what was going through your mind there? Those last laps, you knew you had enough gas. You didn't think anyone could make it, but really, what was going through your mind, especially when you took that white flag?
Well, coming to the white flag, I felt like if Phil ran out somewhere around turn 3, I probably had him. But if I was not expecting what happened to happen, because I knew you could do a full long run, but I didn't think anyone was going to be in the draft and in a position to save the fuel all the way through the race like Phil was able to do and hang on like that. Just, wow.
I can tell. I know that you probably really wanted that win, and I know you were working hard for it. And you ended up pitting one time while you were running with Danny, but kind of went away from him. And actually, pitting early helped you, and you were able to gain a little bit of time, but couldn't quite get there in the end. And got yourself a second place finish here tonight. Is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
I want to thank y'all first off for coming on doing this, especially how last minute it was back in August. I want to thank everybody that comes in, week out. I want to congratulate Phil, because there are two guys who being in that position tonight, I just cannot be mad at finishing second to. One is Phil, and the other, well, one is Phil, because just he's worked so hard, and to see him be the one that comes out like that, I'm happy for him. Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Brittany. I know she's watching. Hi, babe. Love you.
Give a little shout out to the women. There you go.
Very well done. Again, congratulations on your second place finish, and good luck at Pocono next week.
Thank you.
Again, that was the 7 of Will Roberts. He led 28 laps himself here today. Couldn't quite make it there at the end, but again, congratulations to him on that second place finish. And we're going to go right to our winner of the race, and that was, of course, Phil Clark right there at the end. Hey, Phil, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yep, absolutely. Just checking him. That was an incredible race, and I have to just get what are you feeling right now? What are you thinking?
I mean, it's great to get that first league win out of the way. I mean, I've tried for I've tried for 40 races and for like 3 seasons now, and we finally we finally got a win here.
Yeah, it seems like that all that race you were almost biding your time might have been the right phrase. You were waiting, kind of stalking those first four, were fighting for that first run. What was going through your mind there?
I knew that I was actually just testing how far the field could go in the first run, and then in the second run as well, I started going 2 laps to the good, and we had I think it was 31 to go when I got out of the pits, and I saw that we had the exact number, and I just knew I had to save fuel a little bit and hit the right fuel number to win the race.
Man, your math and your foot are excellent on that track.
I mean, one of the things that I feel like I'm actually pretty good at is strategy in this in really iRacing. So like it's always fun when you can execute it and actually get a good finish out of it.
I mean it was really incredible. We could not believe you were making it. We were calling it lap by lap to the end there. I don't know. The second I saw your speed decrease quickly, my heart kind of sank. I was like, oh, Will's gonna be able to get him. Is Will close enough? And I mean, you you had it there at the
We
end. I mean,
actually
you must have been freaking out there across the line.
Well, yeah, I actually planned it to where it was like if we didn't make it, that we could coast enough to the line off of 4 if we ran out to make it. And I saw it was like a .9 or something. I knew that was going to be a possibility when I saw the field go that low. And I was asking Chitin, who thanks to him for helping me with the strategy. I was asking him where he was on the track, and he was like mid backstretch by the time I hit 3. And by that time, the car was actually like it was sputtering a little bit, and we knew it was going to be close. I just had to go focus on exiting a car enough to get enough speed to beat Will, I guess, at that time. Kind of like the Alexander Rossi strategy in 2016 at Indy.
I got you. Well, I don't know if there's any more to say. I mean, that was a hell of a win. Is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
I gotta thank Chitin for helping me with the strategy, John Ailes, Jeff Newport for helping me with the draft there, because there was a couple laps where we couldn't do it without getting a good number from the draft. If I had one less lap of draft, I wouldn't have made it. And Will, of course, for running what is a fun league. I always try to show up to every race, and he he's run this league pretty well. Also, always kind of funny that Will is running a paint scheme that I designed for trading paints, and I beat him.
Yeah, that's one way to thank him. Yeah, it's beating him on the track. Well, I tell you what, congratulations again to you, Phil Clark in the 25 winning here at Chicagoland, and we wish you the best of luck moving on next week to Pocono.
Also, I think I actually really like Pocono, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, well, we hope to see the same thing there. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for the broadcast.
Absolutely. Again, that was the 25 of Phil Clark finishing here tonight in the first position by just over a tenth of the line. Was able to hang in there, save that amount of fuel, and I think he's absolutely right. One less lap drafting with someone, one less corner, on the gas, or one more corner on the gas, and he wouldn't have had enough. I mean, it's so close with the way he was able to get there.
That was impressive, and like I said there, man, that kind of driving, I know I never could pull off. I'm so excited to watch people do it, and that was a class in how to manage your car down to the corner to know when and where his fuel was going to run out.
Yeah, I think some NASCAR drivers are going to be calling Phil up for some mathematic help here in the next few weeks. But that was an incredible job. Again, congratulations to our top three: Phil Clark, Will Roberts, and Johnny Eckert. We will see you guys next week as we go November 6th to Pocono for the Pocono 500. That'll be 125 laps over there, and we cannot wait to see you. For Donovan Johns, myself, Katie Reed, and Tony Knuckles on the 1 and 2s producing. We are OCTV, and we are out.